Welcome to this quick tip. In this quick tip, we'll be looking at how to import content from one course to another course. You might use this if you have successfully taught one course in one term and are running it again the following term, and you had added some content of your own and you just want to copy that into the new course which is being created for you. Equally, where we have asked active tutors with courses running in the summer term to take a copy of their personally created content off of their summer term courses so that we can update the blueprint. Either way, this is how you're going to do this. It isn't actually very hard, it's just probably not something that you may have needed to do before now. So first of all, I'm going to point out on my page that I have one course in front of me. This is actually on the brand new blueprint, but for our purposes we'll just ignore that. But this is the blueprint that we're trying to put in for the summer term. You can see there's some text below that. And then I have opened in another tab, so I've gone into WA and Structure again on another tab, and I've opened a, this is called my sandbox, but it's basically my first course. So that would be a perfectly good place for you to put it. Equally, if you're transporting content between the autumn term course into the spring term course, you'd simply have those two courses up. So this is the course I want to bring everything into, and this is the course that I'm bringing it from. Now the reason why we have them both up is it's just to help with our memory and keep track. So first of all, there's been some personalization on this front page. This is the one page I do not want you to try to bring across. Please don't do that. If you really want to keep the content on the front page, then could I ask you just to copy the text and the image off somewhere else and put it in again later. The reason for this is the front page which is being changed. This is one of the biggest change happening on the new blueprint because we need to be able to put your Zoom link and your test your setup activity on the front page. So this is the one page. Please do not copy across, just recreate it. Otherwise, there are some other content within this document, within this course. So I'm going to go to modules and just make a note of the things that I want to bring across. Now, I don't need to bring any of that across. I haven't made any changes in the course introduction. Perhaps I may have changed the introduce yourself discussion. However, if you copy it across, it will not copy across any of the students' comments. It only copies the content itself. In the Getting Started one, I have updated a few documents, so I need to make a note of that. I have a CIS, what is mentoring? And it's a document. I want to keep track of that because it'll help me find things in a little while. I have a PPT, what is mentoring? Taster, and that's a PDF. And I have a what is mentoring vacancy document. Let's say that's all in session 1 and in session 2. These are already in the course itself. They're part of the blueprint, but this discussion, what is the difference between mentoring and coaching was another thing, and that's a different type. So I have 1, 2, 3 documents, and I have 1 discussion. So that's what I want to demonstrate with today, but equally you could also take across assignments or quizzes that you have created as well. Anything that you have created which is not in the original blueprint might be something that you want to carry across to your next course or keep a copy of. All right. So I think that's about all I needed to do there. I think I've got a little note of all of those. I need to go off and find them all. So I'm going to go across to the course I want it to go into. And then I am going to go down to settings. Settings is right here. So click on settings. And across on the right hand side, there are some common activities that one might do with courses. You want to go to import course content. So click on import course content, and then you will need to decide what sort of content you're going to import. You are going to import copy a Canvas course. Just click on that, And then it's going to ask you for the name of the course you're importing the materials from. Now you will probably use your course code. I'm going to use the number that I have on the blueprint for this course. And I've just put the code in and it's come up with it, so I can just click on that. Now you probably do want to include completed courses if your course was in the spring term and you're doing this for the summer term, for instance, otherwise it may not show up. Now you could copy the entire course over. You would only do that if your course you're copying it into is blank. Otherwise, you only want to select specific content. So just click on that. So don't copy everything. Just copy what you need. Otherwise, it creates a lot of issues with the blueprint later on. So select your specific content, and that will be the content that you personally have created or modified from your previous course that you want to use again. And then just click on Import. Now, I've got one that I've done previously here. This is the current one. If you come across to Waiting for Selection and select Content. This is where it lets you choose what content to copy across. Now, you can see that there's ticks, and I could tick for all of the quizzes, for instance, to be copied across. But as I know, some of those quizzes are blueprint quizzes that come as part of the skeleton of your course. We don't need those because they'll be imported fresh and updated in the new course. We only want the things that you have changed, so you need to go and find them. So I don't want to take whole categories. I want to look inside, for instance, discussions. So I'm going to click on that sideward arrow, and it will show me everything that's in there. So the one I want is what is the difference. So I'm just going to tick on just that one. I don't want all of them, I just want that one. Equally, I need to go and find some documents. Documents are of course stored within files. Now there's a lot of files here, so hopefully yours won't have that many. I always recommend, so I don't want to take all of them. I want to just do that downward arrow. There we go. I just want to have a look through this. Now your filing structure is set up in folders, and each of those folders can also be opened up. So you need to have a look through there. You probably look in course files, and you'll probably look in, potentially there'll be a file specifically for your materials, so you'll have to have a look through. I need to go through and find, so I'm using arrow again and just have a little look through. Now I know I had one down here. What is mentoring? I had one starting with CIS, so I'll come up to the top again so I can find it. There we go. And it was a PowerPoint. It starts with PPT. There we go. It's 1, 2, 3. So I've got the 3 documents, and I've already selected the discussion. So in fact, this is going to pull over 4 items, just 4 items. I don't need to select anything else in this area. I don't want to bring anything which I think is going to be there in the new blueprint, because then it will just cause you confusion. Only bring the things that you need. Click on Select Content, and you can see it says queued. It'll take a minute to process. As it processes, it'll then come up with whether it's completed or not. You can see my previous one was completed, but it had a bit of an issue. It's just highlighting that there is an issue with one of the pages. I'm not worried about that, so I know what that is exactly, as the developers are not worried. You see that this one has now moved to completed, and there are no issues. So it means that when I go to look for that content, it will be there. So I am just going to go and look for that content. So I'm going to look at discussions, and I can see the discussion is there. Okay, and if I were to go to files, they would be there too. Now, in preparation of moving this into moving it back into the other course, I can do exactly the same process. Go to the new course, go to settings and import. But to make it even easier for myself, I might go into module view, since I'm taking it from my play area, my sandbox, and just to create a module called for export to new course. So I just clicked on module, for export to new course, add module, and there it is. And then I can just use the plus button and just link everything that I just added. So it was a discussion. So it's all easy to move here. So I'm just going to go and find those files. So that one. And just a little tip, if you hold down your control key as you're selecting things, you can add a range of things in one go. Just have to find them all. What is mentoring? There's another 2 there somewhere. There's the PowerPoint. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. And I can add those. Now, they're all nice and tidy within one module. And that would make life a lot easier. So I'm just going to go and open yet another tab. And I am going to go to my dashboard. So just open my dashboard off of my link. And and just quickly go and find my other sandbox course. I'm rather lucky as a developer, I get lots of sandbox courses. So here's a new course. It's just a sandbox course, which sandbox just means it's a place for myself. I'm going to open module view. So you can see in this course I've actually got lots of things already set up. So the nice thing of it is, because in this previous course, when I'm ready to export these or put them into the new course, it works just the same way. I open the course I want it to go to, and then I go to settings. But because I have linked them all into one single module, it'll make my life a lot easier. So I'm just going to go to import course content, and I'm going to copy a Canvas course. And this one was called, the course I'm copying from is Emily Sandbox SCORM 2. So I had 2. So that's my second one. And I'm going to copy select specific content, and I'm going to import it. And here I just need to select content. This time, because of the way I did it, I should just be able to click on for export to new course. And everything that was in, I'll show you, everything which is linked within this module now, because that's everything I need, is very easy to just select with one tick within modules, and I can select the content, and you can see that it's queued. Just give it a second to run through. It'll take a minute. Okay, sometimes it can take a few minutes. In this case, it took a couple of minutes. It's now complete. I'm just going to show you very quickly in module view. I come right down to the bottom, because that's where I always will import. Right at the bottom, for export to new course, and those are my 4 items. And if I were to click on them, they'd all be openable and usable from there. So I hope that was useful. So just a reminder of what we've just done. We decided what we wanted to take from our original course and keep a copy of. Made a note of them on a piece of paper. We then went to settings and import settings, and then import course content, and made our selection, and then selected it, selected them there, and then it imported. And just to make it easier for export later, I then just linked them all into one module. Then when you're ready to export them, to put them back into the summer term course, or put them into your course for your next delivery, it's just easy to pop them all into one module, and then you can go to your new course and you can import literally just the module, so it's much easier to bring that one across. So I hope this demonstration has helped and cleared up some of the concern you may have about needing to move things around. It is straightforward, but if you do need help, you can email canvasadmin@wa.org.uk, and you can ask for support to do it for the first time. But ideally, we'd like you to give it a go, and hopefully that was helpful. Thank you. Bye.